Autumn feels like a new beginning. The air is crisp, the leaves are turning red, and everything just slows down a bit. Over the past year, I stepped away from the fragrance community because I needed a break. To rediscover fragrances without influence and to find the passion again. And now, as the season of reflection returns, I want to share with you the fragrances that made me get excited for this fall and all the spicy and warm fragrances that I love.
So I was sitting in the middle of the summer, in the middle of the Swedish summer actually, and I was feeling like I wanted it to be fall. I wanted it to be fall when it was like 25 degrees Celsius because I was really eager to use my winter/fall fragrances again. These creamy fragrances, these spicy and woody fragrances with the cardamom and the spices, cinnamon, all that good stuff, pepper. So I thought, yeah, why not do a video? But of course I waited to fall, and now it's in the middle of the fall. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about these fragrances that makes me feel something when, you know, the leaves are starting to fall down, the colors starting to shift to it's red, brown and yellow, the leaves are falling to the ground and get a little bit less humid in the air. You get a little bit more this crisp, fantastic air that I really like with the fall season. So these are my favorite fall fragrances for this upcoming autumn, and I'm gonna talk to you about them today, and let's see if we can find a good location, a good spot. So hope you're gonna enjoy this little fall video of my favorite fragrances. Okay, let's roll. I did a video here for a couple of years ago talking about the autumn fragrances that I like, and I usually just come back here when I want to get that vibe, the crisp air, all the leaves that are surrounding me. And so let's start with the first fragrance that I really associate with this place, with all the leaves, all the nice nature around here. And that fragrance is L'Homme Idéal Parfum from Guerlain. This is a pretty new fragrance. It was released in 2024 actually. I got it in a sample last year. And I actually didn't think that I would like it because the previous versions of the Idéal line to me has been a little bit too emphasized on the cherry note. A little bit too fruity for me. But this one did something with me that was so amazing. I think this is so much more elegant than the previous versions of the Idéal L'Homme line from Guerlain. This has that beautiful amaretto note that I just love, especially when it's very cold outside. Perfect for this type of season. Take a little spray. And when it sits on your skin and you get a whiff of this when you're in this type of environment with this cold, crisp air, it's fantastic. It's so elegant. It's not too sweet. It's not too masculine. It has that elegant balance that I really enjoy with this fragrance. And for you guys who have followed my channel for these years, you know that I'm typically not a guy that like this type of fragrances, but as your scent palette develops, your nose develops, you want to have something more than these fresh and clean fragrances that I usually like, especially at the beginning. So this is a really complex fragrance, but in a good way. It's not hard to like, but it's not for people who don't really enjoy the amaretto note, who don't really enjoy the little bit more sweeter notes with the sherry on top, so to speak. But I think everyone should give this a try for the autumn and winter time. I think it's an elegant, dressed up fragrance that you can wear on special occasions, I think. I don't think this is a work fragrance. Absolutely not. I think this is more something that you wear when you're going on a nice date, when you're going on a night stroll in an environment like this. And you want something that cuts through the air, and when you get that special scent around you, that amazing scent bubble, you just get that cozy, warm vibe that I associate this season with. And this fragrance warms you up. It's like a warm, hot cocktail in some sort that you get after dinner, basically. A warm cocktail. So this goes for around $100 here in Sweden. I don't know in the rest of the world, but I think it's worth every penny. Even though Guerlain is not a typical niche brand, I think this is 100% niche quality. They are a luxury perfume house from France, as you guys know, and I think they are the top, like the top of the game when it comes to quality fragrances and ingredients. I just think that this smells so high-end, this fragrance. You can really smell the difference between this fragrance and some other designer fragrances in the same category, in my opinion. So it's elegant, dressed up, perfect for fall. Next fragrance today is really the first designer winter fragrance with some chocolate notes, some leathers, and some sweetness, and also some fruits that I really associate and really love to wear when, you know, the leaves started falling, all that good stuff. And this is Boss de Scent Absolute. This one was something special to me. I think this goes really well with this season as well. It's perfect for this type of environment. I just want to stroll all night long, all the afternoon in an environment like this. I just want to pick up leaves, just throw it in the air. I just want to watch movies with a like a blanket. And this is fantastic. This is a little bit easier to like than the Guerlain. So if you, it's so good actually. But this is not that super classy. This is a little bit more all-around fragrance that you also can wear daily as a daily driver in the autumn and winter time, I would say. Boss Bottle Absolute, it's good performance, not as the Guerlain obviously, but this one has that manuka fruit or manica fruit. That's some kind of sweet fruit. They have some chocolate notes in this one that is amazing in my opinion as well. And for the price you pay, I think this is a great scent overall. And I think this is a fragrance that all women really like, if that's something you care about. If you don't really only buy fragrances for yourself and you want something that your girlfriend might appreciate, I think she would definitely really enjoy this, because this is much easier to like and a little bit younger in the age category, I would say, than the Guerlain. The Guerlain is like something for guys in my age that's like soon reaching 40, but this one you can wear if you are 18, if you're 25, shit, if you are, yeah, maybe younger actually. But it has a wider age span, but I think this is perfectly well blended as well. When I smell this fragrance, I just want to cuddle down in the sofa with a warm blanket on top of me and watch Autumn in New York, that movie, or When Harry Met Sally, and I get this nice scenery with this beautiful fall vibes. Or just brew some tea or some coffee and sit down in front of a open fireplace with someone you really like, drink something hot, and you get that autumn vibe in the air. All right, so we move into the third fragrance. And this one is not something that you think is, oh, that's so exciting. But I think this is a staple. This screams autumn. This screams like Christmas market, even winter even. It screams spices in the best possible way. And it is a spice bomb. And it is the original spice bomb from Viktor&Rolf. I've dropped the cap, so I have this silver cap that I stole from one of my other fragrance bottles. But this one, guys, this is 100% one of my favorite fragrances. Best smelling leaf in the park. No, but seriously, this is perfect for all type of occasions. You can wear this to work. It's so masculine. It's more masculine, I think, than the two previous ones. This one is what it says. It is a very spicy fragrance. It has some freshness in the first blast, but then you get the pepper, you get the cardamom, cinnamon. I don't think there's some vanilla in this one. Maybe you want to go with the Spice Bomb Extreme instead if you love the vanilla. I personally don't really think that it needs the vanilla note, but I just like that this is a straight up spicy fragrance that is perfect for this type of season. I mean, how can you not love this fragrance? I haven't really met someone that think this is a bad fragrance. And I mean, sure, you want to include your niche fragrances in your collection. You want to include fragrances that are a little bit more exciting, a little bit more hard to come by, so to speak. But I have to at least recommend this fragrance just to be true to myself and true to you guys, actually, because this is something I really wear. I don't really wear that many crazy, weird fragrances that you dig up from a hole somewhere, or that you only see online and it costs like $400. No, this is really autumn for me. Spice Bomb is really autumn. I think this is a staple. I think you should really try this if you haven't, and at least buy it in a 50 ml bottle like I have here. It's gonna last you a long time. So these are the first 3 fragrances for today, guys. And as I don't know if you see, but the sun is starting to set here in Alnarpsparken here in the south of Sweden, and it's getting a little bit cold. I don't complain. I think the air is so nice. But anyways, I think the next 3 fragrances on this list, we're going to another location. So let's take another day and I'll find another good location that represents fall for me personally. So let's see you in a flash. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another location here. And right now I am in Malmö and in Slottsparken, and this is another very autumn-filled environment that I really like, and I've actually recorded a lot of videos here in the past to the fragrance channel. But anyways, we should not drag this out anymore. Let's get into the next fragrance, and this one is a pretty cheap fragrance that I associate with this specific environment, and this is Rocha's Moustache. Rocha's Moustache, in my opinion, is a fragrance that is very similar to YSL Tuxedo, and this is a dressed up, it is a masculine, it is very spicy, it is very fresh as well. And even though it's very upscaled in the scent structure, I think it's very complimenting as well, so it doesn't really matter your age span. You can wear this if you are 18, you can wear this if you are 35 and up. And this one, it's both calming and it also is very energetic in a weird way and elegant at the same time. I'm gonna wear this right now. Freshness, cleanness, spiciness, very elegant. 30 bucks. Getting a stroll here in the park. Not much more to say. And this one I think is better for if you have a little bit more of an upscaled persona, maybe. This is not a specific casual fragrance that you can wear if you are in shorts and t-shirt, for example. This is a little bit more suit, tie, coat, and a little bit more mature fragrance. I think it lasts very long. I think you get a nice scent bubble for this fragrance, and I think this is autumn in a bottle for me, 100%. Just strolling around in this environment, just looking at the leaves as they fall to the ground. It's a little bit of a poetic type of fragrance in my opinion. I can also see this as a fragrance that an author would wear in Copenhagen in a very smoky filled whiskey bar, sitting there by himself, you know, thinking about the next line, the next chapter in his book. A little bit tipsy, a little bit drunk. The sun is about to set in Copenhagen. He goes from bar to bar, local encounters every night, just living his life and being a little bit lost in the whole process. Just walking from street to street, from street corner to street corner, and just contemplating every decision you've made in life, but finding the poetic touch in that. I don't know, sometimes you have those days when you're feeling a little bit lost. We all do. Maybe we just walk aimlessly through an empty street at night. This is a fragrance for reflection, in my opinion. A fragrance that you can wear when you are not really certain what your next step in life is going to be. And now, another day is coming to an end and beginning of a night here, and another autumn night is ahead of us. So I think we're gonna change up the location. I know a location here, so let's see if we can find a nice cozy place. Okay, let's do it. And another fragrance that is fantastic for fall nights, I would say. A very special fragrance for me. The first real niche fragrance that I actually really fell in love with, if I can say so. I got this in a sample for a couple of years, starting to try it out, sniff it on my wrist, and noticed that this was a fragrance that I just keep on sniffing myself all the time in my wrist when I had it on my wrist. What is that? Ah, it's that fragrance that's so good. But I didn't have it in a full presentation because it was very expensive, and at that time I didn't want to invest that much money in a fragrance. But after a couple of years I decided to go for this, and this is Memo Paris, and this is African leather. I actually got the whole sample set from Memo Paris. There's some Irish leather, I think there's French leather, but I think this is the best one in the line. This has everything, in my opinion. It has the fantastic coziness that I associate this season with. It has that perfect spices. It has the emphasis on the warmness and also the longevity and projection at the same time. And even though it's called African leather, I don't think you should be scared, because this is not a heavy leather in this one. I don't really know why they call it African leather, because it should be called African spices, in my opinion, instead, because there's so many spices and beautiful spices. I can't really name them because it is a spice blast that leaves a very good impression on everything around you, because this doesn't really smell like anything else in my collection. So this is something that I will wear fall and also through the winter time. And what type of person do I see with this fragrance? Well, I actually see a person with a very cozy persona. I feel a little bit more cozy, a little bit more laid back. And I also feel that this one is a typical boyfriend fragrance, because it's not screechy, it's not very hard, it's not synthetic at all, I think. And it feels like it is a quality fragrance. So that's why I really recommend this fragrance to anyone who enjoys spicy fragrances with a very unique touch to it. And also lasts very long time. I can spray it the night before, I can still smell it in the morning, no problem. So no problem in the longevity department. So African leather is also a fantastic fragrance for fall. Now the last one for tonight and for this video. And now we're sitting in this little cafe here. I am very fortunate because they always light it up when it's dark. So it got this nice backdrop. Hopefully you guys can see it. And I think this fragrance is a little bit more of a nighttime dressed up type of fragrance for the autumn. And this is actually my all-time favorite. And this is Dior Homme Parfum, the older formulation. This is 100% a date night fragrance. It's 100% a fragrance that you use for specific occasions, I would say. This is not a fragrance that I use that often, because I want to associate special type of events with this scent. Nice rhyme. But anyways, this is a dark, little bit more leathery. I think there's some dark chocolate in this and some boozy notes, whatever you call it. And as you guys know, I don't really like the new formulation of Dior Homme Parfum, because they took the DNA of this fragrance and totally butchered it and created a whole new fragrance. And usually I'm not against to go in a different route scent-wise and try some different type of directions and take another fragrance in, but this one was a flat fall, I think. And I think that the newer fragrance is more a mix of Ultra Male and Dior Homme Intense, and this is nothing like that. I can't really name a fragrance that even smells closer to this one, or close to this one at all. This is so special, so in its own ballpark, I would say, that I think it's pretty ridiculous even that I have this fragrance, and I took a chance and bought this. I blind bought this fragrance, and that's basically not that I would recommend that you do, but actually this one you can blind buy, because this is just the masterpiece in my opinion. It is a masterpiece fragrance, and even if you don't love it, I think you can still appreciate it when you're by yourself, and appreciate it just for being in your collection, and just to have it like a scent that you can just think is interesting to smell. You don't have to love a fragrance all the time to have it in your collection. You can just love it to have it once and twice a year and pick specific type of scenarios where you can have it. So I don't really think that this is a problem with this scent, and you can have it whenever you want basically. A lot of people might associate this fragrance with a masculine man, but it is a very French style perfumery that I think is beautiful. Everything with this fragrance I really love, from the bottle to the scent. Everything is so elegant, so clean, so minimalistic, just the way I like it. It stands on its ground. It just screams, this is who I am. I'm not like you guys. I stand here on my own little corner and I am a little bit different, but that's fine. Like we all should be doing actually, but we all want to fit in So this was a fun time, guys, and if you are watching until the end, or if you're still watching, I want to thank you with all my heart. Hope you got something out of this video. If you didn't like the fragrance, I hope you at least joined the scenery maybe, or maybe you got a little bit of a fall vibe, you know, got in the right mood. Right, so like and subscribe if you like this type of content, then I know that you enjoy it, and then I will make more of it in the future. And if you don't, that's fine, then I maybe won't do it. So love you guys, take care, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.